You're the last person that I expected to see.
Well, you didn't slam the door in my face. That's good. The risk of pushing my luck. Can I come in? You know, I really am not going to take much of your time. I just wanted to apologize for Edmund and I giving you a hard time last night.
Thanks. I think I gave as good as I got, though. I was way out of line. I mean, judging Edmund's commitment to you.
Yeah, actually, that's the other reason why I'm here. After you left, Edmund did something that proved he was finally over Brooke.
Ooh. What's that for?
Last night. And that is to be rationed while you are with Ted, wandering around in the wilderness. It's going to be sort of lonely, don't you think, with just Ted and all those ducks and moose for company?
I don't know. I've never understood why the plural of moose isn't mooses, or even meese.
Listen, just don't bring one home, because Jamie will never forgive you if you pull in the driveway and you have Bullwinkle attached to your bumper.
Right. Spare me. No, with my luck, the only thing I'll shoot with this will probably be my foot.
Guns make me so nervous. Promise me, come on, that you will be very careful.
Absolutely. Don't worry about a thing, honey. Anything I don't know about guns, I'm sure that Ted will teach me.
With Dixie. Do you ever think that Dixie might deserve a shot at happiness? With Ted? He loved her. He wanted to marry her.
Ted? What are you doing here? What's the gun? You.
Don't be carried away with this hunting thing, okay? Tad's no Davy Crockett.
That's true. I'll take care of it. Real good.
Hey, I thought if now was a good time, we'd go out and grab that beer.
The hell are you planning on doing with all this?
If Edmund had his way, I would have woke up this morning wearing a wedding band and a brand new last name. Except for one small detail.
What's that?
I said no.
Maria,
I mean, don't get me wrong. I definitely still want to marry him. I just want to hold out for the big formal affair. You know, the dress, the attendance, the whole 9 yards of cathedral lace.
Oh, so the point is that Edmund wanted to make it on the spot official. That says a lot.
Yeah. And I just wanted to spread the news. I mean, it's just that you seemed so sure that Edmund was never going to get over Brooke, and I guess I just needed for you to know that that's not true. Real mature, right? Dixie, guess what he asked me? Na, 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 na. So there, Mrs. Marty.
If anybody acted like a third grader, it was me. I was so busy being selfish, I couldn't even pretend to be happy for you, and
No, you didn't exactly turn handstrings.
I thought maybe if Edmund was off the hook, then Tad and I wouldn't have to feel so guilty because Brooke would have somebody to fall back on. But that isn't very nice, is it? Trying to arrange everybody else's life so I can get what I want? I'm really sorry.
Don't apologize, and you don't even have to say that you're happy for me.
I am. I really am happy for you.
Thanks, honey. If I were in your shoes, I would have done the very same thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I pushed, literally, 2 friends together and then started shrieking that you were all wrong for each other. What a kind and compassionate friend am I.
Well, I happen to know a little bit about what make that a lot about what you're going through. The indecision and the self-doubt. I mean, 1 minute thinking that you just want to chuck it all away and say, this is simply not worth it. And then the next minute, wanting to throw your arms around him, hang on for dear life, and wonder how you ever thought you could get along without him. It's crazy.
Edmund loves you.
Not as much as I love him, not yet, but we're definitely headed in that direction. And I know that someday, really soon, Edmund's going to feel about me the same way that you feel about Tad.
I love Tad more than I love anyone in the whole world. And I may lose him.
Have you talked to him?
Not since, Edmund told him he knew about our affair. And now he's off in the woods, or he will be soon. I don't think I'm going to get another chance to talk to him. While he's gone, I'm going to have to prepare, you know. There's a great possibility that this fight with Edmund has pushed him right back to Brooke.
You know something? I never thought I'd see the day when I would willfully sleep on frozen tundra miles from nowhere.
Well, you can change your mind and bunk with me.
No, I can't. I've got to do this for all of us.
I know. Oh, just being apart from you is not my idea of a good time. I'm going to miss you like crazy.
I'm going to miss you, too. And I promise you, things are going to get straightened out in one way or another as soon as I get home.
Here's one way. Here's another.
Ma? Ma? You sneaking in or out?
In.
Well, aren't you going to wish me bon voyage? Tell me to have a good trip? Ask me if I got plenty of clean underwear and my toothbrush?
That's what Brooke is for.
Now we know.
Well, I didn't want to interrupt your sweetheart, and so you guys have lots of fun doing all those woodsy things that guys like to do. Bye-bye, sweetie.
No, wait a minute. Hold on.
No, Petey's waiting on me for lunch.
Would you relax for a second? Peter already ate with Jamie. Okay?
Oh, well,
Mama?
still.
What kind of fashion statement are we trying to make with these nurses' shoes, huh?
Oh, these, clodhoppers. Yeah, well, they're the only things that I could pry around my bunions. They have been bothering me something fierce. Well, happy hunting.
Mama, the last thing you should be doing is cruising around town with your bunions bothering you. You know how bad it gets. Seriously, no, wait a minute. Your feet are bothering you. You should just relax. You know, put them up. Talk to me.
About what?
For one thing, this overcoat. You put more mileage on this thing in the last 2 weeks than Columbo's sneaking it out of here like some kind of spy. Ma? Just where do you sneak off to every day?
Oh, you name it. Tap class, the hospital, and cooking lessons.
Oh, cooking lessons. Oh, that would explain the smell.
You know, Opal, ever since you came in the door, I've had this yen for fried chicken.
That's it. Mom, you smell like a fried chicken.
I think I hear Petey calling. I bet.
I don't believe it.
It's the costume from the chicken shack.
Yeah, it's not a costume. It's a uniform.
Let me get this straight. You're working at a fast food restaurant. Why? You live like a queen.
Do you hear me complaining?
I am so embarrassed. If you needed more spending money, why didn't you just say so? I would have been glad to give you
I'm
more.
not doing this for the money. When it comes to material things, I could not want for more. I'm doing this for love.
What do you mean you're doing it for love? As in, you just can't get enough of them yummy chicken fingers?
As in, I got a case for the shack manager.
Oh, that's terrific. That's just flawless. I can see it now. My mother's new boyfriend is some pimply-faced 16-year-old who makes a living saying, "You're a prize for that?"
He isn't pimply-faced, and he sure as heck ain't 16 years old. He happens to be the ex-CEO of Cortland Electronics. But thanks to you, he's now my head honcho.
Palmer?
Well, just flap your wings and cluck like a chicken. You got it.
Oh.
Mama, I gotta know. Is he working for minimum wage, or has he made employee of the month?
Tad. Listen, excuse me, I'm just going to go up and get Jamie.
Look, I already told you. He is the boss of the whole works, okay? He owns the joint, so put that in your deep fat and fry it.
Oh, I am impressed. I mean, that's first class all the way, Mama. Those cluck-cluck chicken shacks don't come cheap.
Well, neither does a man's pride, Dad.
All right, okay. I was wrong, and I'm sorry. But thank God the American work ethic is still alive and well. You know you could have told us what you were doing.
What, so that you could just start laughing yourself silly all the sooner? Is that it?
Oh!
All right, now wipe that smirk off your face so that I can give my boy a proper goodbye smooch.
You know, Mama, you go great with honey and biscuits right
Oh,
now.
stop it! Just stop it!
Hey, Miranda, did you come down here to say goodbye to your old man? Did you? Do you have any idea how much I'm going to miss you? Do you, honey? Have any idea? No, I'm not going to give you. Here, wiggle.
He wanted to give you this. To take with you.
What's this, son? What's this, son?
What is
What's
that?
this?
What is that?
Oh, look! A bag full of breadcrumbs. Is that for me? It's for me, bet you. Yeah. Maybe Wes wants me to go into business with Palmer, wouldn't
We
you?
are not. We read Hansel and Gretel last week, and it gave Jamie an idea that you should have breadcrumbs in case you got lost in the woods. You could find your way back home to us.
Oh, are you worried about me? Is that what this is? Are you worried about me, huh?
My cough.
Your cough? Oh, well, it's going to get better while I'm away, I promise. Now, listen, I'm not going to get lost, I promise. I am not going to get lost. And I'll make my way back to you, okay? Now, listen, you got to do me a big favor while I'm away, okay? You got to take good care of your mama and Pete, and especially your very strangely dressed grandma here, because she's going to need help, okay? Now, while I'm away, you're the man of the house, okay? Okay, I know you can let me down. You give me a big one. Give me the things I want, okay? What do I want? What is it? I want a hug from my bub, right? And a squeeze, and a kiss just like this. Yeah.
So good.
Well, I guess it's about time for me to get going.
All right, then. Well, take good care of yourself out there in God's country. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. And, hey, Jamie. Why don't we go out into the kitchen, see if we can rustle up some cookies, huh? Okay. You want to do that? Come on. Come on, let's go out in the kitchen.
Okay, well. Hunting I will go.
I just want you to know, whatever happens out there, I want you to remember that I love you very much.
So long.
Tad probably hasn't called because he just hasn't had a chance. I wouldn't jump to any conclusions.
I can't help it. Edmund said that he came down really hard on Tad, and it had to make him rethink what he's doing.
Yeah, but isn't that what this hunting trip is about, so that Tad can make his big decision?
Look, I'm not trying to be selfish. I'm really not this time. I want Tad to be happy, whether he's with Brooke or with me. It's just that I keep thinking maybe this is it. Maybe this is over for good.
Isn't it going to be better knowing one way or the other than what you're going through now?
Look, this isn't just about me. This is about this strange feeling that I have. That something is really wrong. I can't seem to shake it. That something is really terribly wrong.
These are just provisions for the hunting trip, you know, survival gear, stuff like that.
You don't believe in traveling light, do you?
Be careful with that. No, see, the cabin we're staying at is in the middle of nowhere, so we're just gonna have to get by on what we can carry in.
Well, listen, I just came by to wish you, you know, safe trip and all that, and don't bother bringing me back any venison. I'm laying off wild game, okay?
Yeah, you go ahead and make jokes. I'll tell you something. You're gonna miss out on a lot of fun.
Well, that's a nice trick if you can pull it off.
What's that supposed to mean?
Well, just that I know that you're pretty busted up about Dixie saying no to your marriage proposal.
So?
So, I know how hard it is to take no for an answer.
Well, there's not much I can do about it. I mean, you can't change the way a person feels, especially when they feel as deeply as Dixie does.
Amen to that. Listen, you, make it sound like getting over a broken heart's easy.
Not easy. Necessary. Besides, like I said, there's not a lot I can do about it. Especially if she's still in love with him.
In love with who?
Tad.
You know about Tad and Dixie?
Oh, yeah.
Really great. Oh,
Yeah. Excuse me.
well, I'll bet I know today.
Hello? Tad, hi. Where are you?
I'm at the office. Things were so crazy getting out of the house this morning. I didn't have time to call.
Oh, that's okay. It's good to hear your voice.
Are you kidding? You think I would take off for the great outdoors without calling you first to say goodbye?
No, of course not.
I mean, yeah, I love you. You gotta know how much.
I do. I just, sorry, I know I sound a little frantic. I'm sure it's because of that fight that I heard you had with Edmund.
Edmund?
What the hell has Edmund got to do with us?
Tad and Dixie, you know.
Come on, Edmund. I mean, it's obvious that she's still crazy about him.
If it wasn't obvious to you, or you wouldn't have asked her to marry you.
Yeah, well, you know what they say. Love is blind. I guess I just didn't see what I didn't want to see.
And now?
Things are different. I'm different.
Just what exactly is it you think you know about Tad and Dixie?
I know they're sleeping together.
told you?
You did.
I told you about Tad and Dixie having an affair? Wait a minute, I never said
Yes, you
anything.
did. Yesterday. At the health club in the locker room.
That was you?
Uh-huh.
That was... You pretended to be Tad. Why?
Edmund, I didn't set out to trick you. But you're the one that dropped the bomb about Tad and Dixie sleeping together, and I wanted answers, and I...
Listen, you just let me go on and on and on. I mean, we're supposed to be friends here. Why don't you just tell me the truth?
I'm sorry. But I think I deserve the truth.
So, I spill my guts to the one guy who's not supposed to know this news.
Doesn't matter anymore.
Oh, yeah, right.
I got a chance to live with it. I don't like it. I mean, but it is what it is, and I can't change it. I should thank you.
I just tell you that the woman of your dreams has been spending the last few days in bed with a guy who borrowed your life for 2 years, and you want to thank me?
You gave me the truth.
I didn't mean to.
Edmund, relax. What I feel for Dixie is practically dead and buried. Besides, if she falls in love with Tad or someone else, it doesn't matter. I'm not in the running anymore. I never was.
So now you guys are going on a happy hunting trip? A little buddy-buddy trip together? Just you and a gun and a knife and some ropes and wires and Tad? What's really in season here?
Edmund told me about the fight that you had at the health club.
What is it with that guy? I mean, first I told him to stop causing trouble in my life and my marriage, then he goes running to you? Talk about out of control.
He promised that he wouldn't cause any more trouble for us.
Yeah, well, he made the same promise to me about a week ago. Now he's running to you and trying to convince you what a bad guy I am. Dixie, don't believe one word that guy said.
Tad, you must know by now that nothing could ever turn me against you. You know that.
You can't blame me for being insecure. I haven't exactly made your life a picnic since I got back.
Look, what I said to you in Napa still holds. I love you with all my heart.
Yeah, well, you know the way I feel about you.
Did you say goodbye to Brooke?
Yeah.
And Jamie. He had a going-away present for me. A bag of breadcrumbs so I could find my way home.
That's the worst part about leaving. Say goodbye to Jamie.
He hates it when I go away. I try convincing, you know, a 3-year-old child it's just for a few days. It's a few days to him. Might as well be a few weeks or a few months. I feel so bad, I swear I've already put in a request to Santa Claus to make some
Extra noise with his reindeer this
year
year.
so my son will remember his first Christmas with his father.
I'm sorry, Dixie.
I guess I'm just feeling guilty. I didn't mean to carry on like that.
No, it's all right. I understand. I never really expected you to do anything else.
What do you mean?
Well, Jamie, I mean, you're going to go back and be with your son, aren't you?
Come on, Edmund. This trip doesn't have anything to do with what you told me about Tad and Dixie.
No?
No. We organized it weeks ago, before I knew anything. Back when I thought I still had a chance with Dixie, making her my wife. You really think I'd go after a guy just because a girl I had a thing for was in love with him?
Yeah.
You're forgetting how much Dad has given me, how much he's done for me. He gave me back my life, my home, my family, business, the vineyard. You must think I'm crazy.
No. Of course I don't. All right?
Something's in you, huh?
Yeah, I just... It just burns me up that the guy that I thought I was reading the riot act to, but what a jerk he was. I thought it was Tad. It was you know? Now, he's still got 2 sets of rules. He's still got 2 women. He's still lying to both of them. I got a half a mind to track him down right now. Tell him right to his face what a lying, stinking jerk he is.
Yeah. It's too bad you can't.
Sure I can.
No. You can't. I'm serious, Edmund. You can't say a word to Tad. Dixie, I haven't made up my mind about anything yet. Look, I know this is torture, and I'm sorry, but you...
No, no, it's okay. Don't apologize, okay? It's just me, you know. I miss you so much already. That's it. I'm sorry if I sound, I don't know.
You sound exactly like the woman I fell in love with, and that's the only reason I called.
I just need you to know how much you mean to me.
I do. I can hear it. I close my eyes and I can see you saying it.
All right, then close your eyes. Dixie.
Cooney, I love you.
I love you, too.
Yeah, well, when I get back, you make sure to tell me whether or not Mr. Gray tried stirring up some more trouble, all right?
I doubt he will.
Well, I hope you're right. I swear, the only thing I like to do right now is pop him one in the face. With his track record, who is he to go running to my wife and trying to convince her that I had more on my mind than business in New York? If I didn't know better, I'd swear. It's almost like he knew everything there was to know about us.
Did you just say it was almost like Edmund knew?
Is there something wrong with his phone? Yeah, Edmund has been, you know, nosing around our trip to New York. Like he knew it was a cover for us to get together.
This is crazy. Edmund knew about New York. I mean, he knew.
Of course he knew. Dixie, it wasn't a secret. Brooke told him I was in New York.
We talking about the same thing?
I don't know. Let's get this straight. You were at the health club yesterday. You and Edmund, you had a fight. Am I right up to that?
Yeah, we had a fight. He was in my face the same way he always says. We went back and forth, and then he stormed out of there throwing
Some threat over his shoulder about how he...
He wanted to kill me.
But he came back, right?
I don't know. I don't care. I went home.
Home. I haven't seen him since.
Was Ted at the health club with you?
Well, yeah, as a matter of fact, he was. We discussed the details of the hunting trip in the steamroom.
Oh, no.
What? What is it? Dixie, talk to me.
You went home? Edmund went back? This can't be happening. Ted knows.
Did it do any good when you told me and you thought I was Tad?
Yeah, I felt better. All right? Look, okay, so he's still the same lion jerk he was.
Yeah, and there's nothing you can do or say that's going to change that, so why don't you accept it?
It just burns me up that he's getting away with it, okay? He's lying to Brooke, he's lying to Dixie, and he thinks we're still in the dark about this.
Look, Edmund, if it means anything to you, once we get out there in the outdoors, I'll say something about the affair.
Well, you just said it wouldn't do any good.
If you said something. But I got to work with him. I got to work with him for a long time. Don't you think it would be good if I cleared the air?
Look, you're the hothead. I'm the sage, wise guy. What are you doing switching roles with me?
Guess I've grown up a lot in the last few days. Besides, I'm a survivor. I always have been. I always will be.
All right. Well, I'll take a lesson from you this time, okay? Listen, when you're out there getting into it with him, do me a favor.
What's that?
Make sure that rifle's not loaded. Okay? Although no jury in the world would convict you.
Listen, thanks for coming by.
All right. Have a safe trip.
Yeah. Hey,
See you when you get back.
we'll go out for that beer when I come back.
You got it.